bottom die of my Saymax 60 hammer. The measurement of the lower die is 3 inches by 6 inches, and as you can see, this simply fits down over and bolts through holes in the die. Explaining this a little bit, this top piece is simply a kiss block. The arm here is going to designate our offset, and if you look closely at this, there's 5/8 of an inch between the bottom and this arm. So this die was actually designed to be used with either 5/8 inch round, 5/8 square, or 3/4 inch round. Any other sizes don't seem to work quite as well. There is a difference between the height of this block and this block, which is 3/8 of an inch, and if you'll notice there's a little bit of a radius here, so there are no sharp edges. So as we begin our sequence, the steel is inserted into the jig, and if you'll notice here, there are 2 marks. They're simply arbitrary, which tells me how far in or how much material I want on the working end of my tong. So that determines it. So what we're going to do is to drive this arm down, and that will give us our offset. So as we hammer that down, that gives us the offset, and you can see basically what's happening. Once again, the top die on the air hammer comes down, and it stops right here on this kiss block, which gives us 5/8 of an inch. Now the distance between here and here is about 5/8 of an inch also. So after driving that down, I remove the arm. I take the piece we've just bent, and I'm going to put it on this block, and I have another arbitrary line back here. So I'm going to come into that point with the top end of the boss toward the outside, and I'm going to drive that down. And as I do that, this is what's going to happen to it. You can see how it's offset right in here. That's our radius on this die, this piece of the die. So I'm going to drive that down. I'm going to come in with it. Remember, there's 3/8 of an inch difference between this block and the kiss block, so no matter what, I'll always have a 3/8 inch thick boss to go with. The reins can be drawn out to whatever. So I'm going to work it this way, and I'm going to come over to this trough a little bit. I'm going to hammer down here, and I'm going to work it in this way. Come back over, work it in this way a little bit, bring it back to this point again, lower the arm, and clean this up, flatten everything out. If there's any heat left after that, we can draw this part of the reins out on this piece of steel right here. But the sequence moves pretty quickly, and it's very accurate since all the measurements are marked off on the jig itself. So we'll go to the hammer and do this in real time, and you'll see what I mean, but it gives you a nice finished piece. One heat.